So right now I'm going to teach you a traditional deadlift. For a traditional deadlift, we want our feet to stand about hip width apart. So this is all the exact same as our regular hinge that you've been working on. All we're really going to do is add a knee bend at the bottom. So with your deadlift, you're going to start about mid-shin. Generally speaking, you'll have a little bit of weight on the bar, so that will elevate your bar up a bit. So if I throw these on here, these might be bigger weights than are in the gym, but you will get the idea. So the bar is already going to start a little bit elevated. So I want to make sure that the bar is over top of my laces, so that the bar is really close to my legs. I come down, I'm going to make sure my hips are a little bit high. I'm not down here in a squat position. My hips are a little bit high, my thumbs are around the bar. The bar stays nice and close to me. So if you find that your knees are over top of your bar like that, you want to shift your knees back and lift your hips up a little bit. So this is your proper pull position. My back is nice and neutral. So just from here, I'm just going to push into the ground, the weight's on the sides of my feet, and I'm going to stand myself up and drive forward. So I'm going to slide that bar back down my legs as close as I can, tap my weights, drive my hips forward. So this motion is all about the drive forward in the hinge. What we don't want is what we call a stripper lunge, and that's when you put your back into a bit of a compromised position. So you can start out nice and perfect here, but as you lift, you stand up here, straighten your legs, and then use all of your back to stand up. So that stripper deadlift here puts a lot of compromise on your back. Whereas a proper deadlift from this position, you're just pushing your hips forward. So you want to make sure you're doing that. If you need to use a mirror, then go ahead and use a mirror. The last cue I'm going to give you for a deadlift is to make sure that your shoulders are set nice and tight. So they don't have to be squeezed all the way back. But when you pick up that bar from this position, if your back's not set properly, then you're going to slouch yourself forward. So you need a little bit of tension, I'll call it, in your back. So I tension my back up here, and then I drive, push through, and then I'm going to bring it back down. And that's your deadlift.